we're breaking limits. We are women who are here to really break the paradigms of old ways how to run a business and make it our own. Hello, my gorgeous ones. Lenka Lutonska here, author of Energetic Selling and Marketing. And bloody hell, warm welcome to this mini class, a follow-on little class for those of you who have and use my activation meditation, which I pretty much put out there as a bonus for every one of my programs, because it contains a very powerful energetic process that lots of my clients rave about. And it, of course, personally supported me a lot. So I wanted to run this little class to share with you a few pointers that will help you to use the meditation to its full benefits. And that is to activate your limitless freaking success and supercharge everything you do in your business, supercharge the growth. Now, since I put this or recorded this meditation, and meditation is actually a metaphoric word, it's a little bit more than that. But since I put it together and recorded it and put it out there, I've heard, I don't know, on countless of occasions how it supports my clients to getting clients out of nowhere, enjoying incredible synchronicities. Instead of them having to go after people finding them, having the best ideas, having the best clarity, etc., etc., which is absolutely amazing. This is why I did it. But at the same time, I do know that there will be some people who maybe did this meditation and quote unquote, nothing happened. And of course, those people would not email me or share that with me, but of course it can happen. And in fact, since I put it out there, I heard from a couple of clients or ladies who said something along the lines, I've used this meditation maybe for a little while, but I'm not sure if anything happened at all. So of course, this little class is to support you in getting the best out of this process and supercharge the success in your business. So lovely to have you here. I will be staring here at you. Thank you. Thank you for compliments about my hair. This is a transition color. I am going blonde after thinking about it, or, it's been popping to my mind for some time. Well, change is here, so why not honor it? All right. Now, look, I want to add this to the activation meditation download, this class. So I'm just going to very, very briefly introduce where this is coming from and where I'm coming from for those of you that don't know me at all. It can happen, or those of you that will come across this class later on. So you will hear my accent. I come from Slovakia. I live in England since I was 19, 20 years old. I still didn't lose my accent, not that I want to, but I came here because I had this naive idea to do what I love and change the world, do some big things in the world through helping people. Didn't have a clue how, but the journey led me on studying human mind and human psychology for years. I became one of the top trainers in the world of NLP. And over the years, I worked with plenty of people from all walks of life, but also scientists, the board level directors in big companies, working on psychology, communication, and expanding our limits to what we are capable to do. Sometimes after that, I lost my successful business, and that led me to spiritual path. Or in other words, at one point I had no other choice, but I had to come out of my spiritual closet. And eventually what I did was to connect spirituality with all that wonderfulness of human psychology and business strategy. And since I did that, my business practically exploded, and I turned absolute failure of the business, where I was left at some point with £7.30 to my name, to reality where still sometimes I can pinch myself So running beautiful 7-figure business, changing my environment, changing the level of clients I work with. I mean, the women I work with are fucking amazing. And I know some of you are here. So we're breaking limits. We are women who are here to really break the paradigms of old ways how to run a business and make it our own. And if I can put a nutshell, what would be, if you like, my secret to success and what I teach, but it's not as, you know, I cannot not ever give it in like one class, like here you go. But the ultimate message is this: no, we do not need to be a wounded man to succeed in business. As we know, the world actually benefited from wounded masculine energy, and it got us so far. And many entrepreneurs run massively on wounded masculine energy, including us, lots of women, meaning I have to prove myself, I have to work hard, and I have to rely on the logic and data and strategies purely on that, and harder I work, the more I succeed. That's true to a certain extent, but many of you already found out that this is simply not sustainable, because at the end of it, even though you achieve a level of success, at the end of it is burnout, tiredness, and just too much weight on our shoulders. The other side of it is, and this is the second reason why oftentimes even the most well-meaning, committed women entrepreneurs cannot reach that peak of their business potential, is that they lean into this more spiritual, energetic, call it what you like, way of running the business and making impact in the world. But along the way, they reject masculine altogether. This is, I lovingly call it spiritual pleasuring, even though I know it's not quite nice to say it, but this is when we really lean into, let's do the energy, and that's way more important, and law of attraction, quantum physics, and all of that. But along the way, we reject the very powerful part of ourselves, and it is the divine masculine energy, which is about inspired action, which is about personal power, which is about being able to provide for ourselves the safety, space, money, and everything else that is required to fulfill our business potential. And at the same time, it's about balancing then these energies. That would be, to me, that is the, if you like, the secret. That is not a secret at all, but requires a different way of commitment for us to get there. And oftentimes I see in my community, once women give themselves permission, it's like, bang, I'm there. And sometimes it's a process, that's okay. But I do know that once women balance this energy, and I'm speaking about divine masculine and divine feminine, this is the sweet spot, the miracle spot, the fucking incredible limitless potential spot from which we can create logic defying results in business. And I've seen it again and again and again, extraordinary growth. And at the same time, come back to our beautiful selves, reclaim that personal power, reclaim that incredible self-love that we're out to have, relationships in our life, and all the goodness that is there for us. Anyway, this meditation, activation meditation, first came to me a couple of years ago, and I recorded it shortly after that. And I cannot remember the exact reason, but I know what it contains is the practice that I started to practice right from the beginning of my online business, when I left everything I had in my offline business, and I started online business from scratch. And the very nutshell of that initial practice, for those of you who, some of you may benefit, those of you who are perhaps newer in the energetic approach to business, my initial practice was simply that I would, number one, invite, sometimes in the morning, this is best done in the morning, invite any fears or doubts to surface themselves, so I can become conscious of any fears or doubts simmering in my energy, okay? And you may start to want to write this down, because some of you will benefit from this process only. So essentially, I would close my eyes in the morning, And I would say, any fears and doubts, I invite you to come out. I want to be conscious of you. And then I would imagine themselves literally like written over here in my imagination. So let's say a fear would come out. I'm scared that nobody will buy whatever I'm offering to the world. Boom. Okay. I'm scared that I will run out of money. Boom. And essentially what I would invite any simmering fears and doubts that they're simmering in my energy, I want to become conscious of them, because the worst part of the worst problem of us human beings and entrepreneurs is not being aware, being a prisoners of our freaking minds. So those fears, doubts, unhelpful way of thinking that we're not aware of, and it's very easy not to be aware of. It's very easy not to listen. It's very easy to just be in that raw, let me just do what I need to do and ignore what's happening over here. So those create, if you like, the most damage, because they influence us anyway. But if we invite them to surface themselves, they're ready for resolution. So anyway, I would do that. And then as I would be becoming aware of what it is. So let's say I'm scared nobody will buy. Okay. So if that's the specific fear, I would acknowledge that that fear is simply energy. It's not true. No matter how real it sounds, no matter how really it just feels, but it's scary, but it's true. It can be true. And that's my experience, blah, 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 blah. No matter what, every fear, every thought that is not giving me pleasure and expansion means that I'm buying into something that is not in alignment with who I really am. It means it's a lie. It's a lie. So I would look at it and say, I see you, as in that specific fear. In this case, I'm scared nobody will buy. I see you. I acknowledge you. And I acknowledge you're not real. And therefore, I release you. And I would imagine it floating away, as in disappearing into nothingness again. Okay? So that would be a very, very, very quick process in the morning of resurfacing the actual fears and releasing those fears. So clearing my energy, if you like. And after that, I would close my eyes and put stopwatch for 3 minutes. I kid you not, this is what I used to do. So for 3 minutes, I would literally just imagine what would it be like if I created incredible success in my business, whatever it was at that time, okay? So whether I was working for the next launch or overall goal, whatever it was at the time, I would just feel into energy of that. So I would imagine for 3 minutes what it would be like, to the point that I would feel it in my body. Now, after 3 minutes, I would put stopwatch again for another 3 minutes. And this time I would just literally ask myself a single question. What is my part in this? What is my part in this? So meaning I would open myself to listen to my intuitive guidance and listen for any ideas or clarity that would come to my mind around this intention, right? This big, juicy, incredible business success intention. And I would jot down those ideas. Sometimes I had loads, you know, sometimes I had stuff that I thought I already knew. And I would tell myself, doesn't matter. I'm taking everything as it's given to me. Sometimes I would get nada, like nothing, but still I would acknowledge it's fine. The intuition is working all the time, so I will get the answer in the perfect way. It's there already. I will become aware of it in perfect time. So, but I would literally for 3 minutes listen to my intuitive guidance consciously. And that was it. So resurfacing, letting go of limiting thoughts, doubts, fears, part 1. Number 2, getting my energy, or if you like, state, into that state of massive business success. So my energy through that visualization would be in energy of success. And number 3, I would listen to my intuitive guidance. And then of course I would go and apply that guidance, right? So this was a very simple process. And that process itself has been tremendously helpful to me from the beginning. Well, again, I cannot say it anywhere else. In I started with nothing, going into the online business. I didn't have a base. I didn't have knowledge of how online marketing works, etc., etc. I just had a dream, right? And it blinking worked, because I know, and I'm reminding you too, that really inside of you, that intuitive guidance, you have absolutely freaking anything you need to create the limitless impact, income, freedom, and everything you're dreaming about. That intuitive guidance will let you know. However, it cannot let you know if, number one, your energy or your mind, if you like, is clouded with these lots of thoughts, doubts, fears. So it's like a mishmash that you're not aware. So that's why that bringing up that whatever might be simmering there and it's not serving you is quite important, okay? Secondly, it cannot give you the right guidance. You cannot get the right guidance if you're in the energy that doesn't match the success you want to desire, or you desire. So for instance, in other words, your intuitive guidance will always match the energy you're in. Okay, many of you heard me speaking about this before. Intuitive, I'll repeat it because this is very, 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 very important. Intuitive guidance will match your energy. So it's perfectly possible to forget clearing your energy of the fears and doubts. It's and just have them there, you know, simmering, making you anxious, making you doubtful, making you not at ease, whatever, right? Or maybe you are in energy of, I freaking need a client, I need money. So it's perfectly possible to get intuitive guidance from that place, right? Like I need to find a solution to this. I need that client, I need that money, I need the next goal. You will get some ideas, you will get guidance from that place, but that intuitive guidance, that idea will match that energy. And when you implement that idea, you will get more of that energy. So we never listen to the intuition from the place of lower vibration, such as when we're in a place of need, when we're in a place of doubt, when we're in a place of desperation or any lower energies. That's not when you want to, I need that idea. That's not when you want to listen to. So this is why it's important to clear your mind or energy of those unhelpful thoughts and bring your energy to the energy of incredible business success in any shape or form, okay? And then listen, okay? So this is how I started, and you have already a simple, if you like, 3-step process here that will serve to some of you. And the activation meditation is a building on that. This was after already a few years when not only I honed my intuition quite a lot, but I grew quite a lot. And what's incorporated there is in the actual meditation is more energetics. So what this is in a nutshell, what that meditation does, or the function of that activation meditation. And by the way, if we by any chance have anyone here who doesn't have that meditation, hopefully someone from my team is here and we'll put a link here where you can download it. It's been on a landing page anyway. So number one, the activation meditation will put you in as me consciousness, meaning it will put your consciousness in the highest possible frequency. As me consciousness is when you will feel zero separation between you and anything you want to accomplish, anything or anyone else. So you felt that, right? When you, this is where I guide you to get to center and essentially expand your energy. So there is no separation between you and, let's say, those ideal clients that you want to serve, or that project you want to complete, etc., etc. There is no separation. It's all happening inside of your energy. It puts you in a state when you know, when you feel that you are creator of it all. This is the most potent level of consciousness you can feel. It's extremely creative. It is incredibly, you know, if you look at it from law of attraction, it puts the law of attraction on steroids, okay? So that's number one thing that this meditation will support you with. to put you in as me consciousness, in a very high level of consciousness. Number two, it has some suggestions to dissolve those unwelcomed energies. So those that, or if you like, thought patterns or anything that is not in alignment with the highest version of you. So this is if you like, the mini version of what I shared with you, clearing your energy of any doubts, any fears, anything that doesn't belong there. And by the way, do know, if you simply just have that intention, yep, I am letting go of anything and everything that is not in alignment, you may become aware of specific, fine. So you can let go of it. So it will essentially clear your energy, right? So that's number two, what that meditation does. Number three, it connects you to that energy of your intention, which I already mentioned why it's important, because your energy needs to match the energy of intention you have. So it connects you with that energy of intention. Number four, it activates essentially, and that's almost the same thing. It activates those clients, energetically activates those clients, that intention. So it brings into your awareness, if you like, that you are already that it's already available to you. And number five, opens up your intuition. Okay, so it's a process that it has that initial processing, but a little bit expanded. And so that's what it does. And here is how to use it to its fullness, how to get results, how to not to get results, and also a few tips on how to customize this meditation for you, okay? Or a few other tips. So first thing that will support you in taking the most out of this process is to assume that when you close your eyes and go through this activation meditation, that you are really working with your energy directly rather than taking it metaphorically. Now, this is a tiny little difference, it's a thin line here between how you approach a certain energetic process or practice. You may do it, let's say, this will make me feel better, or whatever it is. So you close your eyes and you imagine as if this was happening. You use it metaphorically. Well, actually, everything that you intend, everything that you do with the limitless power of your imagination and intention directly impacts your energy there and then. The energy, or if you like, in other words, the universe within you, or in other words, the emptiness, which is not emptiness, but it's just a pure information that is flowing through you, that is, you're made of it, and everything else you observe, and even space in between, that field of pure potentiality is incredibly receptive to your suggestions, incredibly suggestive, prone to those suggestions, very intelligent. So do know that as you are quote unquote imagining expanding your energy and activating those ideal clients and everything else, you are actually freaking doing it. It's not metaphoric. It's not metaphoric. It's literal process. Okay, so that little assumption, and please confirm you know what I'm talking about, because there is a thin line between, I'm imagining it as if this was true, and then I'm working with my energy directly. I'm making it so. There is a thin line, and yet one is way more powerful than the other. So please confirm with me that makes sense. So that's one thing. The second one, and this is very big one, is to not to assume or perhaps hope that this process, the meditation, will make stuff happen for you, that is the thing that will, let's say, manifest the clients, or bring you those ideas or whatever is it that you want. It's not the process that does that. This energetic process, such as just as any other energetic process out there, is supporting you in making it happen. It's not making it for you. You will not, and of course I love to hear who doesn't, when clients say, oh, I listened to the activation meditation, I've got 3 clients out of nowhere. Amazing. And I love that. Who doesn't love that? But do know, if that's you, that you listen to the meditation and you got 3 clients out of nowhere, is not the meditation that did that for you. It supported you in creating those clients, because you are, after all, you are the one who also goes off this meditation and live your life for the rest of 23 hours and 40 minutes in that day, right? What happens in between is equally as important as what happens during that meditation. Does it make sense? You are the one who will either implement those ideas that will come to you or not. And the worst thing we can do, and this is how not to get the result from this meditation or any other process out there, even if it's not energetic process, any process out there, is to assume this will do it for me. What we do when we hope, or, I'm going to listen to it, it will do it. It's basically we are becoming victim to that freaky meditation, victim to something that is not us. The meditation, this energetic process, what it does, it supports you massively, of course, massively in expanding your consciousness and getting your consciousness to the highest level, and allowing yourself to do that, to create that client. But the meditation itself doesn't do that. So I always will give you a loving reminder: be aware from which place you're coming from, which place you are listening to the meditation, or do anything out there really. If you're hoping it will gonna do it for you, or will give you something that you don't have, like a missing piece, this is it, that's, unfortunately, let's say it as it is, it's a freaking victim consciousness. Okay. Again, I would love to hear from you if that resonates, and if you can feel the difference, because it's easy to overlook the difference, or not to notice the difference, how we approach certain processes. Okay. Third thing, of course, that we want to do, we want to practice that intuitive listening and actually implement those ideas. And here is, I've got a question for you. When it comes to your ideas, how many of them did you implement and how many did you not? Yes, because I tell you what, this is where the juice is, if you like. Because oftentimes what can absolutely happen, I kid you not, your intuitive guidance inside of you, you have got all the answers, even if sometimes that guidance is go and ask Lenka, I don't know, go and ask in such and such program. Sometimes those eventual answers will come through other people, for sure, absolutely for sure. But we have that guidance inside of us. It will pinpoint us in exact direction. Also, that intuitive guidance is, if you notice, very, very specific. Your intuitive guidance will not tell you, call someone. It will tell you, call such and such. It's very specific. It's very, very specific. So ultimately, this is where, when you are listening to that intuitive guidance and implementing it, this is the how you make it happen. This is how you make it happen, implementing those ideas, which hopefully, not hopefully, I know for sure. And again, I've got plenty of you here, so you can confirm with me, did some of these ideas freaking stretch you? Did those intuitive ideas that you get when you do activation meditation or something similar, do they stretch you? Some of them should freaking stretch you, because it's impossible to expand and grow if we operate in our comfort zone. I mean, you know this, you've heard this a million times. That's what the entire personal development industry is based on, right? Let's not remain in a comfort zone. And yet, I tell you what, it's very easy and normal to hear something as an idea, specific idea, note it down and talk ourselves out of it in the next 5 minutes sometimes, or later alligator, or I'm not ready for it, or ooh, I need to do first this before I can do this. Yes. So here is where the real skill comes, and that is to be aware of what is happening with those ideas and how your mind works when you are implementing those ideas. Yes. So this is, I cannot wrap it up in any other word than simply awareness. Awareness. And to be honest with you, if I simplify, and I know I'll simplify a lot. Yes, I've had plenty of clients who I've led to extraordinary results. You know, recently we had a $1 million launch with one client in a matter of a few weeks. Like, wow, she never fucking experienced anything like that. The other, you know, one of my extraordinary growth academic clients shared with me a couple of days ago, I made 100K in 4 days. It's like, what, you know? I mean, yes, logic defying results sometimes, but I tell you what, every time something like that happens, before that, there is a fight between the logician in us and between magician in us. Magician. So very quickly, I'm simplifying here a lot, I know, but you'll take away something from this. Logician in us is it's victim archetype. It's a part of our ego mind, and it's part of us that needs to rely on logic, data, evidence, past, and it just wants to protect you, So is that part of you that will tell you that's too unreasonable, my dear, that idea, you're not ready for it yet. It's too risky, too out there. In fact, it's ridiculous. And you won't, it might not work because look at your past trends. That's too much. You won't be able to. And who will buy? And logic. It wants to that part of us, and we all have it. It's part of us that wants to see things before we believe things. Magician in you is that highest level of consciousness, as me consciousness. Yes, it goes beyond our logic. It goes beyond what you can logically comprehend, what we can logically comprehend, because it's connected with the entire wisdom of the entire universe within you. It knows what our logical mind cannot even dream about. And that the magician in you is telling you, do this. That's, you know, important, and you'll get to your incredible success. So, and this is where it's going out of that comfort zone, out of that what is known to us. It goes into that space of unknown, the darkness, right? Whereas actually, from the magician point of view, that is where everything is being created. It's not the darkness. Well, it is darkness. That's why I put the black hearts here. It's dark, infinite possibilities. Is that pure potentiality where everything meaningful is being created. No space, no time. That is where it's being created. So you will absolutely, before you create anything super meaningful in your business, any next breakthrough, any next amazing result, you will have a little fight between your logician and magician. And that fight maybe even outside of awareness. For many of us, many women, what we do is we don't even question the freaking logician because it sounds so real that we just assume that, oh, it's not right, and we stop right there. Okay. For others, we become aware of, okay, this is logician, but we are not willing or whatever to develop different perspective or to lean into magician to actually work, and let's go, let's do it anyway. For others, it's okay, I'm aware this fight is happening, but I need plenty of time to heal this, to resolve this. Okay, so we invite plenty of time into this equation. No need either. Okay, so this is a little bit of skill, I would say, but the more powerful you are in that awareness, what is freaking happening in your energy and in your mind, and who the hell is speaking, and faster you are able to calm down logician. We don't want to kill him. It's an important part of us. And leaning into the magician and implement that action. That is how you'll make it happen. That is how you create those results. This is after that action, whatever that intuitive action is, this is where suddenly, oh, I got 3 clients out of nowhere, because it's got to be delivered. If you demonstrate your commitment, if you play with the universe, if you play your part, it just got to be delivered. It's a law. It's a law. So that is, you know, little loving reminder. Okay. And of course, I'm here to support you, you know, so a big part of my work is helping you to really shine that light of true upon you, so you are more empowered, and you go, even with the butterflies in your tummy, you'll go and embody that higher self. You go and take that meaningful action. You go and step into that higher value. You go into step into that more power of you, and let's do it. Again, it's very, very different. And many of you will resonate. This type of action is not exhausting. It never should be exhausting. If it's exhausting, guarantee you are either participating a lot still in some wounded masculine and feminine patterns, i.e. I can't afford it, I outsource, I have to do everything myself. Either that, you know, or you just are stuck in that logician thinking. Yes. So I'll be here shining the light on you and the light of that higher truth or perspective on you until you go on the other side. But you know what? Sooner is better than later. Correct? Yes. So that, and that is really the biggest part. So practice that awareness all the time, not just, you know, because during that meditation, or it's in fact journey through consciousness. So it's energetic, real direct energetic work. That activation meditation is not only during that time, because it's during the time you're golden, right? But practice your awareness during the rest of the time. Yes. Lastly, here are a few additional points how to customize this process for you. So I've already mentioned letting go or bringing those unwanted or not aligned thought patterns, fears, doubts into your awareness and letting them go. Okay. Again, if you need to, write this phrase down. I see you. I acknowledge you. I hear you. And I release you. It can be as quick as that, because you are acknowledging that any fear, any doubt, anything that feels yucky, anything that gives you something in your stomach that doesn't feel good, is simply an energy. That's what it is. Thoughts are energy. Fears are energy. It's energy that is not in alignment with who you really are. And therefore, you can submit this energy to your will and lovingly release them and choose something different. Okay? So that would be, if you do this in a customized way, I would suggest to include this definitely in there somehow. Then there is a centering and grounding. And that's what's happening in the initial part of that activation meditation. you can make it yours, you can make it quicker. So the centering is when you bring the awareness inwards and essentially letting go of anything that might be calling your attention. You are already changing your brain waves here. You are relaxing your energy. If you do this, you can absolutely do this yourself. And you can do it quicker, because that's of concerns many of you, and I've been asked on a good few occasions, can you record a quicker, you know, like a shorter than 20 minutes version? I could, but you know, you can do it yourself too, right? This is the process. I'm breaking it down for you. The only thing I would say here is don't rush, because this is when we are actually centering ourselves and grounding ourselves, right? This is where we are really relaxing our energy to point when we are more connected to the true self within. So if you like, it's almost like opening that gate of communication between your physical self and higher self. So relaxing the energy, relaxing the brain waves, if you like, relaxing the neurology. So don't rush too much, I would say. Just allow yourself to center yourself. Now, how do you ground yourself? You can ground yourself in different ways. I'll give you a couple. You can ground yourself simply. So when you bring your energy inwards, okay? And in the actual meditation, I do it by focusing on a single point of consciousness, but you can do it in many different ways. Sometimes I guide my clients or myself as I'm calling in all my energy that's calling me, I don't know, anything that requires my attention, my kids, unfinished tasks, responsibilities, anything that's on my mind. I imagine in like a reverse, and I'm sucking them in. And I'm going inside into my midline, energetic midline, right? Like a white sparkling midline. So you can do it that way, center yourself. Grounding yourself, you can just imagine, for instance, roots through your feet going inside of earth and connected to the center of the earth. So you're getting really balanced and grounding, you being held. You can imagine the orange energy of Mother Earth wrapping itself around you, so you're steady. Now, grounding is very important, because if we don't ground ourselves, not only we can feel like lightheaded, but it promotes those of you that are naturally air personalities, so dreamers, future-oriented, etc., etc. It promotes, yes, coming out with the great ideas, but never freaking finishing them, never freaking implementing those ideas or actually bring them to completion. So grounding is very important. You can, another way of grounding is simply stating, when you call your energy in, you can simply say, I am Lenka Lutonska. Okay, so you can state your full name, so you ground yourself in that energy. That's another form of grounding. So play with it. So we want to do cleansing, we want to do centering, we want to do grounding, we want to do expanding. This is to get your consciousness into that highest as me consciousness, where you essentially expand your energy to where the universe is within you, rather than perceiving that the universe is outside of you, that anything is outside of you. It's letting go of that idea of separatedness. Okay, so everything is within you. And finally, connecting, or not finally, one more after, connecting. This is actually activating that energy of intention, activating the clients, whatever you want, you know, so you can do it in many, many different ways. You can, honestly, there are very many different ways how to do this. I use one specific way inside of the activation, but you can do so many different ways. The main thing is that you feel you embody the energy of fulfilled intention, yes, as if you already had it. And you can do it, let's say, in your womb space, if you choose. Womb space is very potent. You can imagine it as dark light in the womb space where everything is being birthed. You can do that, and you can push that energy of intention up into your pineal gland and into the universe. You can do it in so many ways, but the main thing is you get into the energy of intention actually fulfilled, and you'll assume it is so already. and it's automatically translated into physical reality, and I'm being guided every step of the way. So that's that. And finally, listening, as we talked about before. Okay, so that's it. That's all I had to say on this topic. So really, really enjoy this meditation. Let me know what you're taking out of it. And of course, some of you already heard that I'm preparing for you my brand new baby, the Miracle Woman activation. So I'll just tell you in a few minutes what it is about and extend loving invitation happening next month on 19th, between 19th and 25th of October. This is, if you like, my latest, call it download, call it just wanted to come through me. That's been brewing in my energy. And we are going over 5 days. They're going very deep with energy, but also getting you into that powerful feminine and masculine balance, if you like, letting go of distorted patterns. So it will be very, very potent energetic activation and expansion that for the purpose of creating freaking miracles in your business and life. Miracle consciousness, and hence the word, the Miracle Woman. It's out there for really, really no-brainer fee for those of you that are able to participate live, or you can purchase a replay to keep for life. So again, I'm sure somebody from my team will share the link. This is a big work. This is gonna be a big work. So really, really excited about that. So hopefully all of you will join me for the Miracle Woman activation next month. Sending you so much love. Of course, this is not the last time we see each other. I'll see you next time. Definitely for the Miracle Woman activation, if not before. So much love to you. Bye-bye.